This is the story of my life. It's exciting, it's pulsating, it's riveting. Only for others, not for me. This is the story of a person whose life was always on a high. Always on a high. Not certainly high on hope, but always high on hope. I was just 8 when I started my tryst with mathematics. Now it would be a Freudian slip to call it tryst with destiny, which was Jawaharlal Nehru's iconic phrase. Mathematics was never my destiny. 5 minutes before the class, I would get into the 5 minutes before the mathematics class, I would get into the classroom, not because of any love or passion for the subject, but just to avoid the prying eyes of my teacher and locate a quiet, unobtrusive place. But my teacher was Mr. Purkasta, tall, lanky man with a swirling moustache and a booming voice. Mr. Purkasta had the guile of a fox, a 180-degree aperture that would even put the latest OnePlus phone to shame, and the knack of finding the right talent, someone who would really make a monkey of himself. So 20 minutes into the class, a booming voice would pierce through my ears and my sanity. And with an unwelcome invitation to walk down the blackboard and try and solve the mathematical problem. Well, as it always the case would be, the chalk would tumble and I would fumble. And with Mr. Purkasta, with his chest swelled with pride of having vanquished the all-too-familiar enemy. Well, years moved and my next challenge was in the basketball court. I would get into the basketball court 5 a.m. in the morning, do my 8 mandatory laps, just try to find that elusive basket and try and put the ball in the basket, except for the fact ball would go everywhere but the basket. And then all the tall, lanky players would zip past me like a Lamborghini zipping past a poor little Tata Nano. Of course. And I told my coach, I want to do a slam dunk like Michael Jordan. My coach looked at me and said, at 5 feet 4 inch, you can only be high on hope. Well, the only consolation prize was that the shortest guy in the field would always look at those tall monsters with his head held high. Years passed and I got into the college. And as it always happens, I fell in love. Her skin was beautiful. Her voice was captivating. Her charm was all too persuasive, all too irresistible. And then I decided to take her out for a cup of coffee. I walked to her with a spring in the step, with my attitude at its criminal best. I walked to her and said, "Can I take you out for a cup of coffee?" As always, as it would always happen, she said, "Nope." I still continued being high on hope. Thank you.